are continuing in the month of women. Yes, this is coming to an end of the Women's Month of March. But I just wanted to keep it short and sweet today and bring us back to our original theme of the undomesticated woman. This is Tonya Taria from Freedom at the Crossroads, helping women everywhere look better, feel better without, yes, the pressure. Yes, we are continuing with our theme and breaking through as we break free from the shackles of O.P.E, aka other people's expectations. And today's little rant actually has to do with the term compromise and how it applies to conditioning, and then extending that to the realm of self-care. Yes, ladies, this is all about self-care. This is a platform that is for women primarily. Men are, not uninvited. They're welcome to share this space with us. But for the most part, this is a podcast that's dedicated to women, our health, and empowerment through health and fitness. And so today we're just going to talk about compromise, conditioning, and the notion of domestication as it applies to our self-care. And what I mean by that is I know just from my own experience of other women, and anecdotal stories and information that historically women have been confined and constrained to the household, constantly taking care of other people, constantly giving from a place of emptiness, never really putting their needs and wants and desires on the table, vocalizing them, always compromising. Yes, that term that I so detest, because it is a condition that women have been domesticated to such a point, or rather brainwashed to such a point that we accept that state. And so for a lot of women, compromise is a default state, and that usually means you give up your own needs, your desires, your dreams, your own health, your own self-care in service to other people, other things, society, culture, roles that have been assigned to us that we have been conditioned to accept. And it's time to break that. This is 2019. And I keep saying that because sometimes, when I look at the media, the stories that are coming out, the news, the statistics, the data, I have to shake my head and go, is this really 2019? Are we still asking this question? Are we still fighting for the same thing? And, the short answer is yes. Historically, women have been conditioned to compromise, to give ground, to not stand their ground, and have been conditioned to allow ourselves to be defined by something outside of ourselves, by other people, by power structures, outside entities. We've been conditioned to accept that, that status quo where women, our needs and desires and spaces are not deemed, level with those of our male counterparts. And that is not an accident. It is by design. When women historically have, in the past have attempted to step out of that role, out of those strictures, out of the status quo, they've been severely punished, burned at the stake as witches, called bitches, ostracized, given very unpleasant terms of, loud, obnoxious, or wild, immoral, things of that nature. And those have all been terms that have been stuck on the backs of women who have historically, or rather in history, have bucked the norm, have sought to break the cycles, break the shackles of O.P.E, the constraints of society and other power structures. And so today, just a rant on social media, stories and observations that I see, and also, vocalizing my support of women who are moving and awakening. In 2019, there have been some turns in the women's movement in terms of self-care. Women are beginning to realize, to make that connection, that self-care is healthcare, and it is a form of activism. Because when you begin to claim your space, when you begin to claim your health, when you begin to claim what is yours, take back your power through your health, through your fitness, through your sacred personhood, guess what? You become an activist. And with that comes the realization as well that there are going to be forces that will act against you to suppress that, because the shift in power is not something that's wanted by the status quo. And living in a patriarchal society, yes, the Western world is rife with that same thing as well. It's not just something that's germane to, Africa or the Middle East or Asia or things of that nature. Most societies and cultures around the world are male dominated. And what happens when you challenge power structures? They push back. And so today I just want to encourage women out there, if you are challenging the status quo, if you are seeking to break the wheel, if you are seeking to break the shackles of O.P.E, guess what? It's not a passive thing. Get ready to be an activist and get ready to stand your ground, because there is power and in reclaiming what is yours. You are divine, you are powerful in your own right. But if you don't know that the power that you wield, you remain shackled, you remain in bondage to the strictures of culture and society and media and O.P.E, other people's expectations. And it's not an act of selfishness or shallowness. It is an act of humanity and self-empowerment to claim what is yours. As human beings, we are all divinely gifted, and we all have in our personhood our own divine sacred power. So why is it that the opposite sex, or some members of the opposite sex, or society feels that it's okay to strip women of their sacred personhood and power? Why are the needs and desires and dreams of women less important than those of our male counterparts? There's something going on there, because if we are all equal as human beings and worthy of dignity, basic human dignity, and owning our own individual power, sacred power, and personhood, why should women be forced to give that up, regardless of your station in life? That is a question you need to be asking. That is a challenge you need to be making. And that is the silence you need to be breaking. And so this is Tony from Freedom at the Crossroads, helping women everywhere look better, feel better without the pressure, and saying, Goddess, arise, awaken, open your eyes, open your spirit, claim what is yours, claim your health, claim your fitness, claim your space. You are divine, you are beautiful, you are powerful. Own who you are. Join me again and become an undomesticated woman. Break the shackles of O.P.E. and get ready for the huntress arising.